When you are offered admission and or scholarship by a school, you will receive an email with details about the offer. You may need to formally accept it. If you are offered full funding or a full scholarship that covers all your cost of attendance, the school will issue you with an I-20, which is a document required for processing F1 student visas. If your funding is insufficient, that is, the school did not give you full funding, you must submit financial documents covering at least the deficit before the I-20 document can be issued. The school will let you know what your deficit is. It is important to note that a full tuition scholarship does not equate a full scholarship. With a full tuition scholarship, you will need to provide proof of funds for your living expenses and health insurance. In some instances, you will need to pay an enrollment deposit as well. The enrollment deposit is your commitment to attend the school. Some schools will refund the enrollment deposit if your visa is denied. Now, once you have received your I-20, it is time to process your visa. While I was recording this, a student asked whether they need to sign the I-20 document and send it back to the school. No, you just have to sign it and then use it to process your visa. Now, once you receive your I-20, you can begin processing your visa. Here are the steps to complete before your visa interview. Step 1, you have to complete the DX1C form, which is the visa application form. Step 2, you have to pay the visa fee. This fee is also called the MRV fee. You must pay it before scheduling a visa interview appointment. Step 3, you have to book a visa interview appointment. Step 4, you have to pay the service fee. This fee must be paid before your visa interview appointment. If you don't pay it before your visa interview, your visa will be denied. Hi guys, welcome to today's live session. So today I have a special guest with me. I have John. Some of you are familiar with John, I think, because I've already interviewed him on this channel before I moved the video to the ShaiPod. So those of you who watched that video and also the new video, I think you guys should be familiar with John. So today, John and I are going to answer your questions. John spent 6 years in China, and then he went there. He went to enjoy himself, and now he's in the US and he's still enjoying himself. Yesterday was Valentine. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and John was enjoying himself on Valentine's
Uh,
Day. Hey,
so,
people are enjoying in this world, oh, Charlie. But John, welcome to the channel, and I'm happy to have you.
thank you, Shai. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
How is
thanks.
everything?
Uh, it's fine. Everything
Enjoyment.
is going well. No,
Enjoyment.
no
Enjoyment. More
enjoyment is
enjoyment.
nice.
Hey.
Actually, you have to at least you turn small and then you do something small. Exactly, something you do. There's something
Yeah.
must go on. Yeah.
Yeah. Something has gone. Hey. What do you mean? What do you mean by
Nah,
something
but
has gone? What do you
I
mean?
mean, you have to study. You have to also do other things,
So
like
something has
work.
gone. Okay. I was
Yeah,
confused. Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So are you able to read the chats? Do you see like a chat box on probably the right side of the screen? Do you see anything like that?
uh, no, but I have my YouTube on
Oh, okay.
my
So you can actually
I have,
see read it.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I can
Okay.
see the comments on my
Okay.
laptop.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just be reading the comments and then try to answer
Yeah,
them. And maybe once in a while I might just ask you one or two questions or something. But yeah.
yeah.
So you are
I'm also
currently in DC, right? Washington DC.
yeah. Currently
Okay,
I'm
but
in Maryland,
the school is in DC, right?
Correct. The squeeze in DC.
Yeah. I had a friend in Maryland. Sorry, well,
Mm,
she was schooling in DC, but then
mm,
she was staying in Maryland because normally it's expensive to live in DC. So a lot of
yeah,
students actually live in Maryland, and then every morning they will take the train to DC, and then
yeah,
yeah. So the train system is a big deal in Washington DC, right? Because without
yeah.
the train,
I think yeah. It works. It works.
yeah, it works. Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
can you see me now?
No, I don't see you, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm trying to share. the
The link.
the link
Okay.
to I think some other
To
colleagues from
fellow money men and women. John
uh,
has a lot of money, so yeah. If you need
uh,
money, reach out to John.
uh,
Yeah,
so yeah, with the transportation system in
yeah.
uh, um,
DC,
Maryland,
Maryland,
DC,
yeah.
and Virginia,
Virginia, yeah.
it's very good.
Very
Like
effective, yeah.
very effective. You
Mm,
can when you want a bus, the bus
yeah,
system it runs.
yeah. Smoothly, yeah,
The subway is also smoothly. Like
yeah.
since I came, I've never had issue with
Mm,
transportation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been to that area. When was it? I think it was in 2019 when I went
Mm,
to Maryland, and then I spent some time in DC, and yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, so today we have Issa here, we have Ikea, we have Kwesi, we have Rosalind. Uh, the streamer, the chat I'm seeing here, I'm only seeing the name or the first name. Okay, probably I should go to YouTube to see, you know, because sometimes if you're familiar with a name, it's better to okay. I see Ikuya and Kruma. I see Kwesi. I see Rosalind, and then Rosalind says, "Please, good evening from Ghana. I am a BSc holder and will be putting in an application for fall 2026." Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, John Henry says hello, and okay, hello,
Hi,
Henry.
Henry.
Yeah. Rosalind says, when is a good time to start emailing professors? John, do you wanna answer that? When do you think it's a good time
Hmm.
for people to start emailing professors? So let's say the person wants to come. Okay, she
Hmm.
says she wants to start in fall 2026, which is next
Okay.
year. So she wants to
This
know
year.
when she should start emailing professors.
Well, that is fall, right?
Yeah, next fall.
We. Oh, I
Applications
think
will open maybe in
June.
August. So maybe after the application, something.
Fall. Is it this fall?
No, next fall,
Fall
2026.
2026.
Yeah.
2026. Oh, okay, okay. So I think it should be probably be a bit earlier,
Mm.
maybe 2 months to the opening.
Oh, you
You
think
can
she
try
has
to.
to start emailing professors even before applications open? Is that your
Okay,
recommendation?
so mostly some schools are open for that, but some
Yeah.
professors when they don't see your applications already, they don't reply your messages. But
Mm.
some schools, some professors, they are very lenient with that, so you can just try your shots.
Mm.
But most of the time you can try when you are doing the application, when the application is open,
Yeah.
then you start emailing them.
Yeah.
That time they have full time. They know that students are going to apply,
Yeah.
so they will always be
Yeah.
checking their emails for messages like that.
Mm.
But then uh, before it opens, some universities, the professors, some may come across your emails and then
Mm.
could probably be
Yeah.
lenient and then advise you on what to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Some, because they don't know that whether you are coming to this school or not, and the applications are not opened yet, they might either tell you to wait for the openings or
Mm.
not reply you at all.
Yeah.
But you just, for me, it's fine to try your shots because you
Yeah.
are in it. No matter what, you still try. So you
Yeah.
just have to, you have to do it anyway.
Yeah.
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 If they don't reply, it's fine. You don't
Yeah.
take, don't get any hard feelings. It's
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
It's normal. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I take from what John said is that first of all, every school is different, right? Every school, every
Yeah.
department is different. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the second thing is that you may choose to send the cold emails before even applications open, because I think that's what Daniel did. I think Daniel sent cold emails before applications actually open or something, and then when applications open, he submitted application, and then he had to wait for maybe like 6 months or eight, I don't know, maybe maybe like 5 months or so before you got admission. Yeah. So yeah, so if you want, right now you can start looking at the schools that may be good for you. So you can start
Yeah.
compiling lists of schools, and then which every school you have to check their website, the programs page, to make sure the program has funding. And if you check the website and then you don't see such information, funding information or certain things about the requirements, then you can actually send an email to find out about those things before even they open the application, so that at least
Yeah.
you have a fair idea of what you should do. So
Exactly.
yeah, you can start looking at the schools. So for me, like, if my plan is to start in fall 2026, all I have to do is right now, make sure I have all, the transcript, the certificate, and then maybe I've talked to my recommenders, and then also I
Correct.
start looking for schools. That's what I will do for now, right? Or
Correct.
you can also,
Correct.
work on your SOP and
Hmm.
as well. But yeah, right now the main thing is start looking at schools, so that the schools will tell you what they require, and then you can work on the requirements too as well. Or you
Hmm.
can do the two at the same time. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I actually have a video I made about the cold email in the Stadia broadcast, and that video I actually intend to share it on YouTube, so that people will, because cold email is, yeah, it's a big deal these days. Like, people, it comes up a lot. So yeah, my plan is to share that video. I don't know, maybe on Tuesday, so that you guys can have an idea. So yeah, John, thanks for that. So
You're welcome.
yeah, let's um so John, just go through the comments. Whatever you see you want to respond to, you can respond, because I,
Ye-
I actually see a lot of comments. If I should read it and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So, um, watching from Nigeria.
that is Karen.
Which one?
Karen is always here.
Yeah. Yeah. Karen is always here. I've
Yeah,
I've been hearing you mentioning her
yeah,
name.
Karen.
I think
Yeah,
you even interviewed her before. I
yes,
watched
yes,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten an admission to NIU. NIU.
That's my
What do
school,
you mean by?
Northern Illinois
Oh, okay.
University. Yeah,
And I was made to write an essay for an assistantship. While waiting for the response, what should I be doing to increase my chances of getting the funding? Well, if you've already written an essay, and have you submitted the essay for the assistantship?
yeah. Possibly she submitted. Yeah,
Okay, and I think now you just have to wait for response.
yeah,
Yeah, you cannot do much
yeah,
if you've already submitted
yeah,
the forms.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
just have
that's
to
true.
pray.
Yeah. Once you've submitted AC, that's all. Just wait. Right.
Yeah,
There
you just
isn't
wait.
anything. Everything that you can do should be in the AC.
Yeah,
Right. It's
yeah.
yeah, that's
You've
true.
already said your part, so it's up to them to just go through that,
Exactly. Yeah.
and then based on their judgment,
Yeah.
they help you.
Mm.
And uh, so hello, Dave. Hello, John. Hello, John. My name. Say hi, Shai. So Joseph said, hello, Shai. Please, do you think it is advisable for me to wait on my GA decision from the department before I get ahead to submit my financial document to to school? Well, I don't know what you mean by submitting your financial document, but then if you are talking about for the GA decision, I think the other time, even in our interview, we talked about this.
Yeah.
You have to apply for the GA. You have to apply for the GA. Be sure that you've gotten the GA before you make
Yeah.
any other decision. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Be sure that you have the GA.
Yeah.
Let them send you an offer letter that shows that okay, you've gotten the GA.
Yeah.
That should be something that you shouldn't joke with it.
Yeah.
And after, if you have any other thing to do, well, that's up to you.
Yeah.
That one you can go ahead and do it, but be sure that you have the
Yeah.
offer letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that when you get admission, you know, I actually made a video about this. I don't know. I made a video yesterday. So because I got a question from somebody who is watching this live session, right? And so I had to
Mhm.
make the video. I don't know if the person is comfortable mentioning, her name. So, but yeah. So when the thing is that there are different departments that are in charge of different things, right? And so the international office is the one who is going to give you the I-20. So the international office will ask you to submit your admission letter, your financial document. Your financial documents are anything that proves that you can fund your studies, right? And so in this case, if you have a GA, then you have to attach your GA offer letter, so that that will prove that you have, the funds to support your studies. Yeah. So, and the GA will come from the graduate college or the department, depending on which one decides to send you, the offer letter. So yeah, and they are different from the international office. And so you have to, one option is, the best option is to wait for the department to make a GA decision, so that you can use the I-20 reflecting the GA offer, for your visa interview. Because the point is, if you get an I-20 from the school now, and then you get a GA offer, that GA offer will not be on the I-20. Yeah, you can attach the letter, to your interview documents, and then when you go, you can show them that you have the offer. But what's the point, right? Like, why don't you let it be on the I-20 instead? And we are actually in February. There is no rush, right? You have to wait until April before you begin to worry about these things. Because yeah, for me, I will just wait until maybe April before I will be, concerned about these things. So John is hiding. Okay.
Uh, I'm trying to I'm trying to post something on. I
Okay.
think people on IG want to join, but
I am struggling to connect the IG thing.
yeah,
I don't know why it didn't work.
yeah, it's not
This
working.
software is different from my usual software, so it's like I am so the issue is they tend to change the stream key. So when I set the thing up with one stream key, and then they change it, it's like, okay, right now I have to update it, and if I don't do that before the live session starts, then it becomes an issue. But yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, so let me read a few comments here. So Joseph says, admission letter, I need to submit my financial document before. Okay, I think it's the same question. Pretty May says, hi, Shai and John. I got admitted into NIU to study BSc nursing for fall 2025 and also apply for scholarship in the school. However, the school said they will begin to email students awarded by June. Yeah, NIU is not a school that I would recommend for bachelor's degree if you are looking for a good scholarship, because they don't have what we call a full scholarship or a full teaching scholarship, right? It's only a few schools that give that kind of scholarships. A lot of schools will give you scholarship, but then maybe like 10,000 out of maybe 35,000. So which means you have a deficit of 25,000 for 4 years. If you have the money, yeah, then go ahead, right? But the thing is, if you want a full scholarship, you have to get the SAT. That's just the way it is. So yeah, let's hope that you get at least something good to help out. Okay. And everybody's life is different. Maybe you have a family here who can actually support you. So then yeah, you don't have to worry about, what I just said. Okay. So your name, John, says, I currently have an admission with 20% tuition funding. What should I do to secure additional funding? Well, John, what will you tell him? You're an expert when it comes to securing additional funding.
Well, John, so you've already gotten a 20% tuition. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations. And I think 20% is still small. I think you can go ahead to contact the school again, either sending an email to pursue. Rather, if they can give you extra, fine. But if the 20%, how much is the deficit itself?
yeah,
How much is the deficit? Like you should
yeah.
know all these before.
Maybe
If it's
30,000.
yeah, maybe it's 30,000, maybe
Yeah,
it's so per that you can know that okay, the amount that you're supposed to pay at long run is either big or small. And
yeah,
if you can handle, because most of the time the visa officers they base on these uh the money that you're supposed to pay at the long run to determine whether they can allow you to go because
yeah,
they know the reality
yeah,
that people, and it's true it's not like I'm talking for them, but it's true.
yeah,
When you come you understand it's
yeah,
true what they are doing is very true
yeah.
because
It makes
if
sense.
you
Yeah,
are yeah if you are not able to if they allow you to go and you come and you're not able to pay your
pay your
tuition
school fees. Yeah,
and you find yourself in that situation where family member will not even like to help, friends will not love to help,
yeah,
any form of plan that you had, empower. Now, come to think of it, uh, you shouldn't be thinking of loan. You shouldn't
Yeah,
be thinking of
it's dangerous.
all
Yeah,
other. It's dangerous. Like you will come here and you end up you know that it's not the best choice.
yeah,
So just be prepared. Come with full funding or at least 80, a higher percentage of
yeah,
tuition waived. And if you come, I'm not saying that it doesn't mean don't travel,
yeah,
but if you have other sources of paying your tuition, that's up to you. Just be sure that you are going to be able to pay your tuition where you will not find yourself where in a situation where your status will be jeopardized and
yeah,
all that. That's a big problem. It's a
yeah,
big problem, but a lot of people will not tell you because probably they are those doing it for you to come.
yeah,
So they would want you to, they will encourage you, you get a job, you get a job. But it's not that easy as you
yeah.
think it,
It's not
it
easy. Yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah,
So for the you I'll encourage John to request for extra tuition fund.
yeah,
Maybe if the school can help you to give you more, it's fine. If they cannot, just check the deficit and see if you can still take care of it.
yeah,
That's up to you.
yeah. The loan thing, I actually asked Pastor Noah about it, his opinion,
Mm,
and I don't want to say anything. I want people to watch it. His response
mm,
was actually very interesting because it's like two sides. So yeah, I don't want to preempt anything. I'll just leave it,
mm,
to when the video
yeah,
is out, then you guys can decide,
yeah, yeah.
what you can make of that. Yeah, and John, the 20% funding, the tuition funding, this one is even just tuition, so it's not even like 20% of the cost of attendance. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a
uh
lot.
John said you can try the department. That sometimes once in a while they can actually give you some more funding, but most of the time they've budgeted for a number
Mm-hmm.
of students, and they don't really, most of the time they cannot really do much. Once in a while that can work, but that is not something you can rely on. And also you can
Mm-hmm.
look at campus jobs, but that also you cannot rely on that. Only few people get it. It depends on a lot of things. It's not easy to get. Like John will tell you, he's based on his experience. So
Yeah.
it is difficult to want to come with a small funding like this, right? This is probably like 10% of, or maybe 15% of your cost of attendance. That's not a lot. So yeah, you can try every other option, right? Like John said, reach out to the department. You can try to look for funding outside and all of these things. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, best option is probably try to look at your application and see what went wrong, how you can improve it, and try to look at other schools. And maybe the school you apply to only has 20% tuition funding that they give to international students, which means that you made a mistake from the beginning. So then now you have to correct that mistake and then look for the right schools that are going to give you more money. So those are some of the things that you can look at. Okay. um I just says, hello Shai, I got accepted to Tulane Master of Public Health on a 50% scholarship, but I have a sister in the US. How will this affect my interview, and how can I boost my chances? If you have a sister in the US, sometimes it might not even come up, right? The visa officer might decide to ask you something about it or not. It depends. But the thing is that it depends on what your sister is doing in the US, when she went there, how she went there, like all these things. Having a family doesn't mean automatically you're not going to be approved. No, it depends. It depends on a lot of things. And what can you do? Can you change the fact that your sister is in the US? No, right? So you can still go ahead and then put your best foot forward and see how it goes. That's what I can tell you. Right. If I say don't go for the interview, will you say you won't go? You go, right? And I will not tell you don't go, because yeah, your sister being there, like I said, it might not affect you. So yeah, it depends. The interview thing, a lot of things go into it, a lot of things. So you never know. Yeah. And Henry says, I am from Nigeria. I applied for the visa last year for the fall session, but I was denied. I'm considering moving to the UK with a student visa, then go for my interview from there. You are in Nigeria. You were denied in Nigeria, but you want to go to the UK and then apply from there. I will not do that. I would rather
Mm,
go to the UK for holidays and then return to Nigeria and apply, so that
yeah.
at least that UK experience will enhance your chances. But if you go to the UK, maybe you are going there on a student visa,
okay, so student visa, which means you are going to the UK to study, and then when you are done, you want to come to the US. Yeah, that can work. Right? I've coached people. I coached Esther who was in the UK. She went there. I don't know. She spent like 3 years there or so, and yeah, she came to the US. So it depends. It depends. Yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah, I think some people, sorry to cut in.
Yeah,
So I think
no, go ahead.
some people do, yeah, they do that. I know a lot of guys who went to
Mm,
the UK with student visa, and then later they didn't even complete their education in
yeah,
the UK, and then they applied to come to the US.
yeah,
But for me, I will not advise you on anything because people's scenario or their issue might be different from yours. You don't know what
exactly,
you're going to meet over there. What if you get there
exactly.
and then your school would tell you to pay every tuition before they renew your visa or before they do anything can happen.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that that will happen to you,
yeah,
but you should be prepared for all these things, the unexpected.
yeah,
So you being refused the first time doesn't it shouldn't discourage you actually.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was refused twice and then my
The
third
chairman of
time,
refusers.
my third time I got a visa. But I think what most of them I think they want to run away from the rejection or the denial, but then they don't want to work on it. What went wrong? What
Yeah,
has changed?
exactly.
And for me, I sat down. It took me some time to to think about all these things, right? Like I had to even uh look for like get some ideas from friends, co-workers. There was one co-worker that I was working with when I was with Microsoft, and this guy, his name is Richard. I think he'll be coming
You
to the
mentioned his
US.
name before, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He used to like when I started this, we started together. We started the
Mm,
application together. So he was like, why don't we project together? Like, let's do this, let's do that. So I was like,
mm,
okay, let's do it like this. You, it's your first time. I know the best advice to give you. Now, for me, it's my third time. What is your best advice for me? And trust me, Richard is very smart. Richard is very smart. So
mm,
he was the one. He was like, okay. So he brought like three suggestions, and then the third suggestion that was the one I told him. Okay, I think this one sounds good. Let's work around it. So what I'm trying to say is you have to uh first look at the denial. What went wrong?
mm,
What are you supposed to work on? What are you supposed to build? What are you supposed to
mm.
change?
Yeah,
If there's something that you have to change, even possibly the program or the school, or if it's not a fully funded school, or there are a lot of things to change on your
yeah,
application, and
yeah,
they know that there are a lot of things you have to change. They don't deny you because they hate you. No,
yeah,
they don't know you from anywhere.
yeah. Exactly. That's
So
true.
you should know that there's something wrong. And for me, uh, I managed to find out a couple of things that
Yeah.
went wrong, and then I was able to change them on my last application.
Mm,
And I
yeah,
think it sounded so well, and then it matched everything. It was accurate
yeah,
and precise. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too long. It was something
yeah,
small and precise. So
yeah,
the visa officer, he didn't say anything. He was like he was okay with it because that was the last question.
mm.
He said, "You've been denied twice. I saw that you were trying to go to the US. You've been denied twice. What makes you think that I can give you the visa now?" So imagine if what I said wasn't
Good enough.
something
Yeah,
that it wasn't good enough. He would just straight away just deny you. He will not think twice because if you've been denied twice, what do you think has improved? You just have
yeah,
to find something and then build on it. So you being denied once, Henry, it doesn't disqualify you. You have to work on it and then
Yeah.
try to see where did you go wrong, what happened. Probably you have to just sit down, take your transcript, try to go through your memories, what happened on that
Yeah.
day, and then you can, when you are in your own corner, you can be able to remember all these, and then
Yeah.
try to uh I think you'll find something that went wrong. If you cannot find anything, there are a lot of reasons. You can just
Yeah.
consult people, find them, like let them give you let them advise you on
Yeah.
them, because there are a lot of now, God being so good, there are a lot of people who have traveled to abroad and to US, and they are doing this study
Yeah.
abroad program.
Yeah.
You can find a lot of videos. So Henry, I will encourage you to uh to go ahead and then apply the second time,
Yeah.
but find out what has changed, and
Yeah.
then apply again. And I can
Yeah.
assure you, you can get a visa.
Yeah. Yeah. I will, if you've been denied before, I think you should watch the interview with John, because your John's interview was very complicated, like being denied twice, living in China, having spent 6 years in China and all of that. But you had solid answers, like your answers were very solid. So yeah. And Henry, so what I can tell you is that, like John was saying, right? You have to make sure you know why you were denied and figure that out, because you don't want to go again and then without knowing what has changed. That's what a lot of the mistake a lot of students make. They go
Yeah,
again even though they don't know what has changed. If nothing has changed, then you don't deserve the visa. That's what the visa officers think, right? So you
yeah,
always have to identify why you were denied. They will not tell you exactly why you were denied, but then that's where you have to sit down and then figure it out. And then yeah, once you do that, yeah, you should be fine. So I have a comment on Facebook. Richard says Ohio asked me to send up my official transcript via UCC, so the school. What could be the reason? When I was at Ohio University, the way it worked was that, this is many years ago. The way it worked was that uh you upload your unofficial transcript, right? Your scan transcripts, and then when you arrive in the school, you go to the was it a graduate college or something, you show them the official transcript, right, in a sealed envelope. So that was what we used to do. But then based on your question, I'm not too sure why they are, but it's not even, this is not an issue, right? Because you still have to show them the official transcript. Every school will still request the official transcript. Some of them will want you to send it to them before you get admission or before you get funding. Some of them will allow you to present it to them, but then it should be in a sealed envelope, right? So yeah, if they are requesting for it, you just have to go to the registrar of your school and then let them know. They will help you out with that. When I was at UCC, what we used to do was we would go to the school, request a transcript, official transcript, right? But then it comes in a sealed envelope, and then we'll go and pick it up and then post it ourselves. That was what we used to do, because if the school posted, the school will charge you like twice the amount or so. So yeah, if the school is requesting for it, then I guess you have to go ahead and then do what the school wants, right? This is not really something I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. All right. So TikTok, Pretty May says, my employer is willing to write a sponsor letter for me to proceed with the visa application. My question is, should I wait for the scholarship to be awarded before I proceed with the visa application? If you are waiting on scholarship, just wait to get a scholarship first, right? And then whatever is remaining, you can attach whatever documents you have, right? So Raymond is here. I've interviewed Raymond. Okay, Coco is here. Hi. Batch says, hi, Shai. I was denied a visa in 2023 in the university. Okay, I think you were going to University of Akron. But for now, I have changed school and sponsorship as well. What's your take on it? What do you sorry, my voice has a little issue. I don't know. I woke up this morning and yeah, I'm kind of struggling a little bit.
that's the
So the thing is, your sponsorship has changed. What do you mean by your sponsorship has changed? Do you have funding now? Why have you changed the school, right? Some of these things, they can come up. If the school was your first choice, why have you changed it? What is
yeah,
going on, so you should have good reasons for some of these things.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You don't just change school.
you don't just change schools.
Yeah.
Fato Fato Milola says, hi John and Shai. I'm just saying hi from Nigeria. Okay.
Hi,
Nikki
hi.
says, yeah, Nikki says, hello, Shai. I applied to 9 schools last year. Gotten 3 rejections so far. Still waiting on my decision for the remaining 5 schools. Hopefully, one will click. What will be your best advice? I don't like to hear stuff like that because, like, man, what can you say, right? Um,
Mm,
so what you should do is maybe look at your application materials again and look at
yeah,
what happened, and but right now it's also too early, right? It's too early to conclude what. So just wait to get all the other decisions, and then yeah, hopefully one of them will click. You just need one good offer, that's all. So hopefully one of them will click. If one of them clicks, it depends on the schools you apply to and all of that. I always tell students to stay away from all these free applications, or because yeah, all these, yeah. So it depends on the schools you apply to. There are so many things people have to consider before they apply to a school, right? You don't want to apply to a school where the school the school receives, let's say, the department receives, let's say, 500 applications, and then they only select 10 people. That is very competitive. So a school like that, if they don't give you admission, there is really nothing you can do. It's not like it's your fault. It's just a competition, and there were 500 people. They only selected 10. So it's not your fault. You don't have to feel bad. You just have to realize that, okay, this wasn't the right school for me. So let me explore other schools, right? So yeah. So you have to spend a lot of time on the schools you apply to. This is very, very important. The school you apply to. Okay. So yeah, all hope is not lost. Just wait a little bit and let's see. Okay, so all your applications were PhD
yeah.
applications. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, PhD can be very competitive. Some PhD programs will require you to have the GRE. If you don't have the GRE, even if they say it's optional,
Yeah.
and other people submit the GRE, depend on their scores, they have an advantage over you. So you might want to consider some of these things. Or if the goal is to come to the US, yeah, you might want to look at master's programs, right? And when you're looking at master's programs, look at master's programs that don't have the PhD program, right? So yeah, because if a master's program has a PhD program, they might not fund the master's students. Most of the funding will go to the PhD students. So that's something to consider. Okay. All right.
Mm.
Uh okay. Karen commented something, but then I don't see it. I think YouTube has deleted Karen's comment. I don't know why, but it looks like okay. Um what else? Uh,
What's going on?
yeah, I YouTube is messing up things for me. I don't know what's going
I
on.
think
I
some
almost deleted
comments have
somebody's
been.
message. I don't know what's
I saw a comment like, "Hi, John,"
okay. Yeah, hi John.
and
From Elizabeth, right? I almost deleted that message. I
yeah,
don't know what I was clicking something, and then yeah.
and I think I don't know Elizabeth Boateng.
Yeah.
I don't know that
You know
name
her?
sounds. Yeah, I think
Familiar.
like
Oh, okay.
my kid's sister.
Ah. In Ghana.
Yeah, yeah, in Ghana
Ah.
in the army.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't know if that's her.
If that's the name, then probably she has to be the one, right? Because I'm not too
Yeah,
sure. I'm not too sure I'm familiar with Elizabeth Boateng. I don't think so.
yeah.
All right. So Blue Line says, "Hi Shai, please, will you please recommend Central Connecticut State University for graduate studies? I had admission to the university with partial scholarship, but your advisor said the graduate assistantship is available for only domestic students. What should you do now?" You made a mistake from the beginning. You had to write an email to be sure about it before applying to the school, right? So yeah, when something is not clear like that, you have to write an email. You don't wait until after they've made a decision. And the thing is, whether a school is good or not, so one thing is, like Queen Raymond said, be on LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, you can come across people's profiles, showing the schools they are currently studying in, and the kind of funding they have and stuff like that. You can see if they have an assistantship. You can see all of these things, and then that can actually guide you in terms of the schools you can apply to. But then beyond that, sometimes I may recommend certain schools. In my course, I actually have a lot of schools that I've recommended. Those ones are specially selected schools based on certain things. So yeah, but whether a school is good or not depends on what you find out, because a school can be good for MBA programs but might not be good for let's say economics, right? So it depends. It's not like a school is, it depends on, you didn't even tell me your program, and how am I even supposed to know? It doesn't even work like that. You have to do, that kind of work yourself, right? Kwame says,
Mhm.
Shai, it says on the telecommunications page that to be considered for funding, the GRE is required. Does that mean a good GRE score can get me a GA in Ohio? GPA 3.6, GRE 329, undergraduate degree IT? Yes, you are going to get a GA. With your background, you get a GA, okay?
Mhm.
You get a
Nice.
GA because everything looks solid. And the GRE
Yeah.
is required for those who are outside the US. I didn't submit the GRE when I was applying to that program because I was already in the US. So it's for those outside. That's the thing. When you are in the US, you get some advantages sometimes. All right, Paulina says, "Hello, Shai. I received admission from Texas State, and I've been given graduate fellowship scholarships, which covers 30% of my tuition. I have also applied for graduate assistantship. Currently waiting that decision. Any advice? Yeah, there is no advice, right? Sometimes as soon as you get admission, you can send an email, thanking the coordinator and then the admissions committee, like in a nice way, and then trying to, say something like, oh, is there something I need to learn to prepare myself for, you know for graduate studies or something in that department, something like that. But then you don't wait until maybe after a week or something. If you send such an email, it's like you're not honest, right? There's something I talked about in the cold email video. But you don't have to even send an email. You just have to, once you apply, just wait for them to make a decision. It takes time, and we are in February. There is still time, right? So you don't have to rush some of these things. Okay, so Paulina says currently, okay. Evans, I don't see your message. I don't know why some of these messages are deleted. Kwame too, I think his message. What's going on? Karen says, "Shall I have received admissions? Should I go ahead and accept the offers and wait for funding decisions?" So, once you have received admissions, um, the thing is, if you want, you can. If there is no deadline, you can wait a little bit because we are still in. Normally, they will give you time to accept or decline. But there is also nothing wrong with accepting the admission, right? You can always accept the admission. Yeah, there's really nothing wrong with accepting admission. It doesn't bind you to the school. You can even
Yeah.
get funding, accept the funding, get your visa
Mhm.
with that school, and then decline going to that school, right? You
Yeah.
decline the school's offer. So, yeah, there is really nothing wrong with, because admission is the first step, and hopefully admission becomes useful. I always say this, and
Mm.
anytime I want to say it, it's funny in my head because, like, admission without funding is useless, right? But admission is
Yeah.
the first step. Once admission ends up getting you funding, then yeah, because yeah. So all right, Eva says, I have received admission from University of Northern Iowa to pursue masters in kinesiology. This word I've seen it, but I've never pronounced it. So when I saw it first, I was like, okay, I think it's kinesiology, right? And sports performance. I'm now waiting for funding decision. Okay, I hope everything goes well for you. George says, I've gotten admission to University of Toledo, and about department funding, my program director keeps telling me the college has not received additional funding. What should I do now? Yes, I don't know if you found out about the funding opportunities before you applied, but yeah, University of Toledo, I know somebody who went there with partial funding, and yeah, there are certain schools I don't recommend them outrightly. I can tell you about, like if you are going to Ohio, you can look at that. But the reality is that if I'm making my selection, it will not make it to the list because yeah, you don't really. I want schools where there are people with a lot of good funding all the time, like and all. So yeah, you should have found out, because departments sometimes they cannot even tell, right? Like the case of Samuel Fortes. The department said, oh, they are working on the funding, and then he got admission, and they never gave him the funding because they didn't receive the funding from the graduate college, right? So these things can happen sometimes, right? But that's why the study abroad process takes a lot of work, because you cannot just look at maybe 10 schools and then just apply. People will reach out to me that I should give them a list of schools. And so maybe they are looking for 5 schools. If I give you 5 schools, those 5 schools will not be good for you. you would have to look for 100 schools and then narrow it down to maybe 3 or 5 schools and then apply to them. That's just the way. You
Yeah.
cannot just you know
Yeah.
just limit yourself to a few schools. Paulina says thanks, but they said that I have to be enrolled before I get assistantship. I'm a little confused. If you have to enroll before you get assistantship, it means that you're not getting assistantship. It means that you have to maybe get into the second semester or something before you get assistantship. Yeah, when schools tell you you have to come and enroll before you get assistantship, it's dangerous. John will say that's the dangerous thing.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
Yeah,
But for Paulina's issue,
yeah,
I don't know. Did the school actually said did they say that you have to be enrolled or you have
yeah.
to get admission?
No, they said
Because
enroll. She said enroll. I think she said enroll.
enrolled, okay. Because some schools, I remember, I quite remember even before transferring
Yeah,
uh, to the new school,
yeah,
I applied to some schools. They told me you have to get the admission
yeah,
and you have to get an admission letter before you can apply for GAs. Some
yeah,
schools will tell you just get the admission letter and then you can apply for GAs because they want to see that you've passed the first stage or you are now with them. You
yeah,
are with them before you can apply for GAs because the GA positions are competitive.
yeah.
So
That's true.
yeah, so some schools would like students to do that.
Yeah.
But then most of the time it's better for you to apply for the GAs. Like
Mm,
let your applications be the first or the among the first list of applications. It
yeah,
helps. It helps. And then don't just apply to you should make sure that you are applying to the right ones,
yeah,
especially from your department, from where your courses. You should target the probably I would say the first target there, then look to other departments
yeah,
that the skill doesn't differ that much.
yeah,
You can also be getting advices from your advisor if you
mm,
already enrolled, if you already have an admission.
yeah,
Yeah, you can. So I think it's all boils down to just applying for the GA position. Just no
yeah,
matter what you have to do, just apply for them.
yeah,
Don't wait. Apply for
yeah,
them.
yeah,
So Paulina, yeah,
yeah. That's
they
good. Yeah.
said I have to register for some classes. So are you already here?
No, they want her to come and register for classes before they will give her the GA.
Oh,
So it's like there is no
oh,
guarantee, right? I don't
no,
know.
there's no
It,
guarantee. Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
complicated. You have to ask the department to tell you exactly what they mean so that we can make meaning out of that because this one is too vague, right, for us to
yeah,
tell you anything. Maybe
yeah,
that's how it works. Maybe as soon as you get there, they will once you go through orientation and stuff like that and you register, they'll give you GA. We don't know how it works in that school.
yeah,
And this is
in the
where,
school.
yeah, this is where it will be better if you reach out to like a student in the school, a student in that department, so that the person can give you more information about how things work. Yeah, that can help you, but you cannot really conclude like that, right? Because some of these
Yeah,
things, it's dangerous. So it's
yeah,
dangerous to
yeah,
just want to count like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's a school's decision. It's like how they operate. So we cannot actually give final judgment or final
exactly. Yeah,
uh,
it's
statement
difficult.
about what they are
Exactly.
doing.
Yeah,
So you can find out more
yeah,
about their decision, and then
yeah,
we will just give you a suggestion about because of the experiences that we've had, and then close relatives or close people have also had. That's the advice that we will give you based on
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So it doesn't necessarily mean that's the same thing that you are facing. So you just have
yeah.
to advise yourself
That's true.
on
Yeah,
these days. Yeah.
yeah. Hi, Nat Wijuka. Okay. Um. Okay, George says the director was like, for now, they have not received any additional funding to enable them to offer assistantship, but he said he will let me know straight away when they hear something from the college. Yeah, so it's too early, right? So wait until maybe April. Something good will come, right? So yeah, it's too early for you to. Yeah, so let's just wait. Okay, Nat Wijuka says, my man, which school will you recommend for masters in physics? Yeah, it's the state abroad process. It's not about which school will you recommend.
Yeah,
There are thousands of schools, right?
a
And
lot.
so lots, yeah. On this channel, I've looked at a lot of them, and so what you have to do is to pick each of them and then look at how your program fit into how those schools, like, look at what those schools have, uh what those schools offer, right? And then see if your program is there, and also in that school, whether that program in that school offers funding, so that you can, but if, yeah, you cannot just look at, if I suggest five schools to you, that is not even going to help you in any way, right? That doesn't work like that. So you have to
Mm.
do a lot of work on your own. Okay, so Kwame says, looking at how GA in Ohio comes with the admission, I want to know if you are considered for department alone, or other departments consider you, just in case you don't get GA in yours. No, when it comes to GA in Ohio University, it's only your department that is going to consider you for GA. It's not other departments, unless you apply to other departments for GA. There are other departments that can actually give you some GA, but yeah, those ones I always say they are difficult, but they are possible, right? People get it, like people like Samuel, right? They can. So yeah. Okay. Natsuijuka says, I only completed PhD applications and I feel lacking GREs. So which means you didn't submit a GRE and you still went ahead and then you applied to PhD. Uh you decided to do PhD applications. That's the thing. If you want to do PhD from your country, like straight from your country, you'd have to be very careful of these test scores, because like economics, if you don't have a good GRE score, there is no way you can get into an economics PhD program. There is no way if you don't have a good GRE score. So before you apply to a PhD program, you have to be very careful. With masters here, you can get into masters in economics without a GRE, but PhD you need a GRE, and even the GRE, it's not easy. Like, the scores have to be very high because it's very competitive, right? So right now you may want to consider taking the GRE, and also it might not just be about the GRE, but maybe other application materials. So you have to work on all of those things. When it comes to PhD applications, your recommendation is so important, extremely important. So yeah, you have to. That's something you have to also consider. Ivan says, please, is it okay when you receive $6,000 as GA per semester? So the $6,000, is it your stipend or your the whole GA package? So you have to be clear enough. Is it the stipend? And if it's the stipend, this is still not a good question, because okay, if you are receiving 6,000 as your stipend, look on your I-20. Your I-20 is going to tell you what your deficit is going to be in terms of the 6,000 they are giving you, right? What will be the remaining amount that you have to cover? Then you have to consider that and see how huge that is. If it's a small amount, then it means you will survive, right? So it's not straightforward. It also depends on the location, right, where you are going. If it's a big city and then they are giving 6,000, 6,000 cannot even take care of your accommodation. So some of these things, they are not complete, right? You have to provide a lot of information before somebody can even tell you something. But I hope you get the point, right? You have to consider all these things. Your I-20 will tell you that, if your I-20 tells you have a deficit of, let's say, 10,000, that means that as an international student, your deficit is probably half of that. Because when you come knowing that you have a deficit, you are going to manage your finances well in many ways. You are going to live in a smaller apartment so that you don't have to spend too much. Right? So yeah, it depends. It's not straightforward like that. So yeah, I hope this makes sense. All right. So John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What is the name of your school, just in case people are interested? What's the name of your school?
The new school.
Yeah, the new school.
The new school is University of the Potomac.
And what is the package like?
Okay, so let me show my face. So with Potomac, when you apply, they give you they give you scholarship. They give you scholarship, and they don't wait for you to. Well, you have to apply first, show the interest, and then they will give you the scholarship. Actually, the scholarship, the admission officer whom you are working with will will give you a form. Will first ask you if you would want to, and if you want scholarship, because some people are ready, they are fully ready to study,
Yeah.
so they have to, it has to be an optional thing. And they cannot just, they have to, they will communicate with you a bit,
Mm-hmm.
know your standings, and then know whether you really need the scholarship. And then if you want the scholarship, they will give you the scholarship, they'll give you a form to fill to apply for the scholarship. And the financial service, the team will work on it, and then based on that they'll give you the scholarship. Potomac, it's not like I'm advertising here, but then since I've been in this school, uh there are a lot that I'm really okay. Well, all that I can
Mm.
say is I'm okay.
Mm.
They give you
Nice.
CPT where you can
Get a
work
job.
outside the campus. Yeah,
Mm.
you can work outside campus. They give CPT a maximum of 11 months.
Mm.
So you can see that they are trying to help students.
Yeah.
And it's not illegal if you are with CPT to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
It's not, people should understand.
The job has
Yeah.
to be related to your program. That's the
Yes,
main thing.
yes.
Yeah.
So so I think Potomac is for
A
that.
good school.
I
Mm.
think it's a good school for that. And then
Have you? Mm.
it's not a public school. It's a private school, but then
Oh wow.
their operations are very, it's like, it's very cordial, it's very mutual. They don't hide anything. They are like, they are very
Very
open,
open.
and they're,
Mm.
yeah, very open. And then the the professors, the board of the admission members, the or everyone, like almost everyone. I'll not say almost, because everyone I've interacted with in the school, I'm talking of the leaders,
Yeah.
they have been very cordial and very helpful. It's like
Mm.
they are ready to help.
Yeah.
So uh, I'm not advertising, but if you feel like you need help and you need a school that can help you, that can also, you have to find out the program, if they offer the program first, and
Mm.
then if you want to pursue, if you want to proceed to study in that school. And it's not only for transfer students. You can apply whether you are outside the state, whether you are in Ghana, in wherever
Yeah.
you are. Yeah, you can apply.
Mm.
It's good. It's a good school to
The
come with.
scholarship,
A
is
lot.
it like a need-based scholarship? Because he said it's optional. So is it like need-based or merit-based? Wow, how is it like?
Yeah, I did. It's not merit. It's not based on your merit. It's like need based. It's like
Mm.
they don't base on your credentials and
They just give
what
it to you.
you have. They just give it to you.
Oh wow.
So
Ah.
yeah, so it's, yeah, because uh well, for me, I don't know. Let me use mine as an example, because my credentials are very high, like 3.7. So
Chairman.
not sure. So they actually didn't ask me anything. They didn't
Ah,
ask
okay.
me anything. And even my credentials that I transferred from the other school, they when they checked, there was 3.65, 3.6. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's like, I wouldn't say that it's, well, it could be merit, but they didn't, because they
They
checked
didn't
my
say anything.
credentials, and then
Okay.
it was good. They
Yeah.
didn't say anything about it.
Probably
But
it's
then,
merits. Merit
yeah,
based.
probably it's
Probably they
merit
look at it
based.
by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what all that it bounds down to is there is scholarship, and
Yeah.
you should
You
ask them, or you
yeah. You
should also
evaluated your
apply for the
transcript,
school.
right? Just for
Yes,
people who are
yes,
now
yeah,
watching. Okay.
yeah,
And
I did.
how much was the application fee?
For the school,
Yeah.
so the application fee was is it 50 or 60? But then for me it was being waived,
Okay.
because I was referred by a student who was already there,
Mm.
so who is
What do you mean by
already.
referred? What how did they work?
So Potomac has this other thing, like when a student who is in the University of the Potomac refers you to the school, like the school can waive some other things for you. like something
Mm.
like you get other benefits, something like the admission, the application fee and all that.
Oh wow.
It's
Then
been overlooked.
how many people can you refer?
That I asked this question. I asked the admission officer this question because when I referred, actually my first referral, they gave me is it 150 $150,
They give you one
and
fifty
then
dollars.
yeah.
Hey. Charlie, we have to
So
share that money. Hey.
so I the moment I was about to pay that my school fees, and then they told me you've been waived 300
Hmm.
$300. I was like, how? So she told me, oh, because you did this, blah blah blah. I was
Ah.
like, really? So how many people can I refer? And then
And what did she say?
she busted laughing, like she was laughing, and then she said I can refer any other there's
As
no
many
limit.
plus you want.
Yeah, but then yeah,
Hey.
but I think they have in their brochure that when you refer, I think after 3 people, the rest they have something to it does it's not money, it's something else, some other
Mm.
rewards. Yeah, so
Hey.
so that's that. But then for me, I actually if I'm to refer you, please don't come to my DMs and then be asking for referral, because
You call
if
for
I'm to
it.
yeah, because if I'm to refer you, I would rather uh ask you thoroughly, like a lot of questions, especially with your grades. And then if you are
Yeah.
really ready to come to the
That's true.
United
Yeah, that
States.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wouldn't, it will also jeopardize my
Yeah.
relationship with the school, and which
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't
Yeah.
want to
That
end up like
makes
that.
that makes a lot of sense to me because yeah, me
Yeah.
personally, if you're an undergraduate student who has the SAT, a good SAT score, if you come to me, I'll help you out. I'll help you through without anything, without charging
Mm,
anything. Because I feel like an undergraduate student who has taken the SAT and has done well needs that kind of push. It's yeah, it's like I'm being biased, but yeah, undergraduate
mm,
students, once you have taken the SAT, you are showing commitment to coming here. So I am going to was it yesterday? Yesterday, I even spoke with
mm,
somebody and I gave her access to the course so that she will, because she said she had tried for 1 year, she didn't get anything, and meanwhile she had a good SAT score. She did well in the last year. I was like, oh well, then why not? So yeah, if you help yourself, we'll help you. If you don't help yourself, how can we help you,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that makes
Yeah.
sense. Nice one, nice one.
John Yeltsin said University of the Potomac. Yeah, that's the school.
Yeah,
That's the school. But
yeah.
then you can go to
Uh,
the page and then do the application. I
yeah.
can also refer you, but then I will not refer anyone, not not just anyone, because I wouldn't want to.
How many Ghanaians are
Uh,
there?
a lot, a
Really?
lot. Yeah,
Like how
there
many?
are a lot of. Okay, those that I know, probably I already know 20 now, but then
Wow.
there are a lot who a
You
lot of
don't
them are
know.
even graduating this. They already graduated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they
Nice.
already left the
Nice.
school.
That's the thing
So
about live sessions, because sometimes live sessions a school will come up and then if you've been trying things haven't worked out, maybe this is one school you can add to the list, right? So
yeah,
the thing about I know the DC area, the cost of living is very high. So for me, I
mm,
always wanna stay away from places where the cost of living is so high like that. But then also, if the cost of living is high and then you know people who are there, people from your country, that can also help you in a way, right? Because like you
hmm,
are not alone. If you are lucky, you can get help, stuff like that. So
yeah,
yeah, that's good to know. That's good. If somebody watched our interview before, the person would have come across the school and the person would have started exploring, and but
yeah,
some people they just want 2 minute advice. Meanwhile, the package is not 2 minutes; it's a whole lot. You have to go through a whole lot of things. So yeah, that's
yeah.
that's nice. Have you visited the White House
Not
since?
yet.
Because you are there, you are
Since
just there. You don't
yeah,
have time.
since I came, yeah, since I came, I've been working on other stuff. I couldn't work on my driver's license when I
Uh,
was in Indiana. So I just took
Test,
the
knowledge test.
the knowledge test
Yeah,
yesterday, and
you
then
passed.
I have to, yeah, I passed, and
There's
I
no way
have
you
to
failed.
book.
Somebody like you, there's no way you can fail.
Uh, so I have to book for
Yeah,
my road
the
test.
road. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
So
thing. If you have people from your country, they can help you with the road test, even if you don't have a car.
yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah,
why do you need a
yeah.
license? Okay, well, you need a license, but then you don't need a car, right? Do you need a car? Because having a car is crazy in that place, right? You don't need a
Yes,
car.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Driving is so crazy here.
Yeah. Even parking alone is, yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Because I remember there is this tunnel from Maryland to DC. There is this road tunnel, right?
Mm,
It's it, when I was there, the traffic was crazy. It was around
yeah,
we're driving around 5 p.m. It was crazy, like very bad, very bad. Yeah. So normally
yeah.
the train is
True,
better because the train quickly pop, and then you are just there, right? Yeah.
true, true, true.
Yeah, that's I mean this has been really nice. Like, are you coming again next week?
Me?
Yeah, you of course. You're the only one I'm talking to, right? So why you asking me that kind of question?
Uh, uh, well, next week, you
Yeah.
mean the show?
Yeah, coming tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a mock session,
Yeah,
and so when we do the
tomorrow
mock
I'll be
session,
here.
yeah, I would like
Tomorrow
to
I'll be
get
here.
your feedback as well, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
if
yes.
you while it's going on, if you want to take notes about something you want to talk about, then so that people will have different opinions on certain things.
Yeah,
I am okay if
yeah.
you disagree with me because there is no way we are going to see things the same way. So it's always nice to get different opinion, then kind of put everything together, aggregate it, and then take what you can take
Hmm.
from that. So I like that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. Let's see how. So are you on CPT now? Were you able to get a job?
Yeah, I got like three jobs now, and I'm
Nice.
actually with one. They are already doing this paperwork thing, but it's taking too much time. But I want them to finish with the paper, the document,
Mm.
like everything,
The
and then
paperwork. Do
before.
you mean the CPT paperwork or what?
No,
H
so
one
when
B.
the job, no,
Yeah.
not H1B. So when the job accepts you,
Yeah.
even after the offer letter, they have to there's one thing they call when they are enrolling you, they have to give
Yeah.
you I-9 form.
Mm.
The I-9 form is like that's employment form. You have to fill in your social security and all
Yeah.
that. So after filling everything, I want actually you have to get the CPT before you do this, but then I want them to be sure. Like
Yeah.
I want to be sure that they are accepting me before I send the offer
Request
letter
to the
to
international
the
office. Okay.
yeah for the CPT. Because if anything happens and then I already have the CPT, the time counts
Yeah.
right after you've taken the CPT from
Yeah,
the
that's
school.
true. Yeah.
So yeah, you cannot just go back and say no, I don't
Yeah.
I lost the job, so take back the CPT. No, 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 no. It
Yeah.
doesn't work that
That's
way.
true.
So
Yeah.
I just don't want to do that. But
Yeah.
then yeah, that's why. And then mm,
Yeah. That's nice. I mean, I've enjoyed this so much. I've learned a lot from the money man. The money is now the money is coming.
you are the boss.
You went to the United States and then you were struggling. But right now everything is our chilling. Hey, Charlie, this life, it's so easy.
It's
Sometimes things can
this,
just change quickly, and yeah, that's
mm,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Let's
the US for you.
yeah. Let's read a few comments and then see. Emmanuel says I got admission into Illinois Tech, and then Rensselaer Polytechnic, but was offered 60% funding, which is for
Mm,
tuition. Yeah, and so I rushed to apply to a different university last week and was bounced. You cannot apply to school. Well, I mean, we are still in February, so yeah, you can. But yeah,
mm,
I mean, Illinois Tech. I have seen a lot of I-20s, and I don't see people with more than 50% of their cost of attendance, and so it's not a university. There are a lot of international students at Illinois Tech, a lot of even Africans and all of that. But if I am giving you a school, I will not mention that among the schools, but I can tell you that okay, there are a lot of international students studying there. But yeah, some of these people, maybe some of them are struggling. Maybe some of these people are from India, China, who can actually take care of some of these
Yeah.
deficits. So if you are, yeah, people from Taiwan, South Korea, so you have to be very careful when you're looking at schools like that. When you see somebody applying to a school, it doesn't mean, somebody will be on the WhatsApp, in the WhatsApp page. As soon as they see a name of a school, they quickly want to apply to that school. It doesn't work like that, right? So, would you recommend people applying to schools at this moment? Well, I mean, by the end of January, that's what I prefer. But then February is still fine, right? For some schools, but February I will not do February. For me, by the end of January, I'm done with applications and then just waiting on, yeah. So Wisdom says some schools require enrollment deposit as part of accepting. Without enrollment deposit, you cannot accept the offer. Should you ignore the enrollment deposit and then apply for? Um, yeah, it depends on your chances, right? I always like to stay away from enrollment deposits, right? Schools that require it, and you can always find out that information before you even apply to a school. You can always find that out, right? So uh Illinois states, they have good funding, but then they require enrollment deposits. So yeah, a school like that, depend on your chances, depend on what you have submitted and how confident you are, you can go ahead and pay, right? So it depends. Some of these things, it's not, you need to do your own checks and all of that before
Mm-hmm.
you can actually decide whether it's good or not. It's not straightforward like that.
Mm-hmm.
Natiwijuka says, dear sir, I found when you were finishing talking about the schools with masters and not PhD to increase the chance of funding, and because I have not seen one before, will you recommend some clarity? I'm not too sure what you mean. Well, okay, so you mean my statement about the fact that if you are interested in masters, you should apply to schools that only offer masters and not masters and PhD. Yeah, yeah. I don't even know your program, and even if I know the program, it's still not straightforward like that, right? It's if it's my field like economics, I can tell you that, okay, if you want to do economics masters, schools that have masters without PhD, right? You can look at Ohio University, you can look at South Dakota State University, you can look at Kent State, you know, and you can look at University of Maine. Like because it's my field, right? So I can tell you a lot of these things. But then if you want schools that have PhD and masters, like my school, Northern Illinois University, they have masters and PhD. If you apply to the masters, you're not going to be funded. So you have to do the PhD. So yeah, there are a lot of schools. So you have to do a lot of. Okay, so even since the 6,000 is the stipend. Okay, so yeah, that's a good offer. Even if wherever it is, once you have stipend and your tuition is covered, yeah, you'll be fine, right? You'll be fine. I think you should, yeah,
Hey,
you should be fine.
which which school is giving 6,000 per semester
I don't remember.
stipend?
I don't remember the school, but yeah.
He said Iowa. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
University of Northern Iowa. Okay.
Yeah, I
Issa
think
says, Mr.
yeah.
John, please refer me and three others. You can get $500 plus. Johnny, money man. Money man doesn't need money. He's a money man now. John,
That is
John, another John here says, Brother John, I'm interested in their MBA. What advice can you give me? I'm preparing to include GMAT. I joined late today. So, Johnny, you have a brother asking you for advice.
he wanted to apply
He's,
for MBA.
yeah.
Which
So,
school?
he wants an advice
Oh,
to your school.
Potomac. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Most I think it will be best you try to talk to the admission officers
Mm,
because yeah, because the packages, it's not the same all the time.
yeah.
It's not the same all the time. So the package that I might tell you might be different from
Yeah.
what is currently there. There has been some currently a lot of updates, but then the school is very open to everything, so
Mm,
you can just communicate with them with regards to anything. And with a referrer, it doesn't mean that if I don't refer you or someone doesn't refer you, you'll not get the admission. No.
no, they want the waiver, right? That's the whole point.
So so you can still apply to the school.
Mm,
You can go to the page and then apply. but then don't we're just discussing about my school because I'm there, and then I'm here with you,
Yeah,
and I can tell you a lot about the
that's
school
true.
because
Yeah,
yeah, I'm there. So
yeah,
that's it. But then if you want to apply for any program, if you check the requirements and then you qualify, just go ahead and apply for those programs.
yeah.
Yeah, it's simple
I
as
would
that.
have to come for one waiver, one referral code. Maybe not now because right now, yeah, there is really no point applying. So maybe
Mm.
next fall, starting in fall, maybe in September, I would have to get one waiver for one of my subscribers. This one is to be more like a draw, just give it to one person or something, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think
thanks,
that's
thanks,
that's
thanks in
okay.
advance.
You're welcome. So
Yeah. Um. Paulina says, "I'm loving the bromance between you two." Oh wow,
yeah,
nice.
try is the boss. You
He's my chairman. He's the money man. He's my
try
chairman.
you try is the boss.
Whatever he says, I have to do it.
Ah, try is the boss. Ask Karen and Raymond.
Karen and Raymond. So yeah, apart from Karen and Raymond, who are the other people that you're very familiar with during the live
In a
session,
group,
in my live session?
in your live session. Oh,
Yeah.
there's this one guy. I really loved his interview, but then I've forgotten the
Oh,
name.
is it Emmanuel? There is Emmanuel, there is Raymond, and then there is Nana. Nana's one didn't really last because there was an issue with his network. I think those are the three guys I had.
Yeah, he had beard like that, and like that. I've
Who
forgotten his
has
name.
beard?
He had
Yeah.
he had. I think I even saved it here.
Okay.
I think I saved the video.
Oh wow.
And there was one lady too, I think after Karen or before Karen.
Oh,
One
Raymond.
that
Queen Raymond.
no, no, it was
Edwina.
a lady.
Oh, Nanekia. Is it Nanekia?
Yeah,
Okay, so the ladies, Nanekia,
she
Edwina, Queen
I
Raymond,
think Edwina. I
Edwina.
think
Okay.
Edwina.
Edwina was the
Yeah.
first one. So the
Yeah, I
first
think
person
yeah, it
yeah.
was before Karen, yeah.
Yeah. Edwina
So yeah,
is lovely, right? She's
yeah, yeah,
very
yeah,
friendly, very, she's always smiling, like
yeah. Even
she's
though
always smiling.
I've not communicated with any of them, but then
Yeah,
uh after the interview, like I
yeah,
mostly watch the interview and I
mm,
can see that people are actually preparing for this.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's good. It's
yeah,
good that you are preparing for this, and then you are
yeah,
even when you are after you are in the state, you are still
yeah,
doing your best.
yeah,
It's good. But
yeah,
some people will also think that it's just a day job. You just have to go online, find something, and then apply.
yeah. It's
So
not like that.
you use 1 week to prepare uh, for this, get an application, find
Yeah,
easy way to get a school and all that, and then after that, you don't even care about funding.
yeah,
I'm not saying whether if you don't have funding, you'll not get a visa, but then how prepared are you?
yeah,
Probably a full funding can even make your case
yeah.
much
Better.
easier.
Yeah,
Yeah, more better than someone
yeah,
who doesn't. And if you don't have funding, how prepared are you?
yeah,
Your sponsorship, do you have the same name? Do you have if you don't have the same name, what if you don't have the same name, what's your story?
yeah,
So it's like you have to think about a lot of it.
yeah,
Doesn't take a day, it doesn't
yeah,
take 2 weeks, it takes time.
yeah,
And you should take your time, just relax, don't
yeah,
be in a rush,
yeah.
because if you get denied, it will take you like 6 months.
Man, it's not easy. Oh. It's not easy.
So yeah, so you have to be prepared. If
Yeah,
it's using 2 months, 3 months to
yeah,
do all the job, use as many time that you can,
yeah,
as many days or months that you think you can use to prepare.
yeah,
Go there. I saw in your one of your groups, I think someone was denied, and then the person was saying that the visa officer was denying everyone, and I
That's
think
what they
that
always say. Everybody will say the same
yes,
thing. That's
you know, you shouldn't forget they are doing their job,
yeah,
and if you fall within that criterion, that makes them
yeah,
that should make them deny you, or that should
yeah,
make them doubt you. It makes your job easier.
yeah,
It makes it easier. It's
yeah,
only few of them that will try to ask you follow-up questions. But then if you say something that is not in line,
yeah,
you make the job easier.
yeah.
And
Inconsistencies.
then
Yeah,
they check on
yeah.
other people. You are not their relative. You are not.
They don't care about you. I
They
mean,
don't care about it. They don't
yeah,
even know you.
they don't. They will not see you
So
again. So why would they
yeah,
be interested in denying you? No, no, they are not
yes.
interested in that. Yeah.
So we should be very prepared. The
Mm.
story should, we know, of course, in me, I know that most of the stories that we prepare to tell them, most of them are lies. Like, let me say 80% are lies. 80% of them are
I'll return.
lies.
I'll return. To
Yeah,
take up a role. 100% to lie.
it's
All
a
that I will
lie.
take. I'll return to take up. All of them are lies.
It's a lie. It's a lie. So if you are lying, just lie or tell a lie that is
That
closer
makes
to
sense. Yeah.
yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
You shouldn't talk too
Sensible lie.
much. Sensible lie. And then so that you'll be considered.
Exactly.
Sometimes they even know that what you're saying is not
Yeah.
possible,
Yeah.
but then at least
If you sound
you've been
smart, they'll still want you
yes.
to come here. You
Yeah.
know. Mm.
So, bro, brothers and sisters, actually,
Dear brothers and
that's
sisters.
dear, my dear brothers and sisters, you have to work.
Get
You have to
something. You
work
have to
on
get
it.
something. At least get
Yeah.
something. From your own
Yeah.
words. I'm quoting you.
So yeah, actually, yeah, that's how it is. So tomorrow, actually, well, the person that you're going to interview,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they are also listening to this, and
Yeah.
they will actually
The person
advise
doesn't have funding,
themselves.
if I remember. I think the person doesn't have funding, so we'll see. We'll see how that
Yeah,
goes. Yeah.
I'll still encourage him to go. I didn't get funding,
Yeah.
but then
But you had a lot
uh
of personal savings, and then
yes,
also you had worked in Microsoft, which is a
yeah,
big deal. If
yeah,
anybody hears, oh, I was in
yeah,
Microsoft, even if you don't have funding, the visa officer is thinking, oh, somebody who has worked in Microsoft, the US is looking for people like that, smart people like that. So all of these
yeah,
things can actually help. So everybody's story is different. Yeah.
yeah. The
But if
story
the
is
person's
different.
family is rich, and then the person will be approved, right? If they can, yeah,
Of
if they can
course,
sponsor him, right? Yeah.
yeah, and if you can prove it, and don't focus on just the documents. Okay, maybe tomorrow we can talk more about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't rely on just the documentation.
Yeah.
Get the right documentation. Get every bit of documentation that you want to get. Get every bit of them. But don't go to the counter and then be like trying to prove with your document. No,
Okay. Yeah.
just say it. And
Exactly.
if she doubts and wants to refer, okay, can you show me? And then you can show them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't be relying on the documents, and then for that matter, you don't even want to think about what you're going to say. So I think tomorrow we can talk more about that, because
Yeah.
a friend of mine was being refused on this same scenario. So I advised him that honestly, in his second attempt, he shouldn't try uh to try to force his documents on the visa officer. That is the worst thing to do. Don't try
Yeah.
to force your documents on the visa officer.
Yeah. That's true.
So
Yeah. Yeah. The comments are a lot. I don't know. Mohammed Ashraf says it's been a while. Yeah. Eddie, the meditation guru, says, are there a lot of Nigerians in the University of Connecticut and West Virginia University? Yeah, that's something you can Google and see. It will be. I
mm,
will not be able to know this. Um, Philip Hasanti says, when did you receive your GA? Okay, I think referring to. Boniface says, please, what if a school is accepting admission on rolling basis? Is it advisable to apply in February? So you, Boniface, you deliberately asked this question so many times, so I'm not even going to respond to you. You people have to
Mm.
be respectful a little bit, right? Cannot just, if I have not read your message, it doesn't mean you actually heard us having a conversation. So why will you keep repeating it like that, right? I don't like stuff like that. Um who else is here? Marshall says you got admitted to Seattle Community College just to schedule an interview at the embassy, but you still have doubts. When you say you have doubts, it means that your sponsor is probably not credible, and so you're wondering how the visa officer is going to believe you, and also when you arrive, whether you can pay the fees. And
Oh,
Seattle is a rich state. Washington, it's a
mm.
rich state, and if you don't have the money, man, it's so easy. But yeah, if you don't have the
So,
money,
Marshall, is it what do you have and what are you applying for in community college? And then why
yeah,
not?
the
So,
community colleges, the fees are very low. The cost of expense, the cost of living
yes,
is living. The cost of attendance is very low. So that's why some
yeah,
people choose to. Yeah, but still, you know, still, it's like, because if you have the money, I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. So you can throw more light on what you actually meant
I
by
mean, if,
that.
if the person has the money, we don't have to worry ourselves, right? It means that the person can actually sponsor themselves when they arrive in the US, right? Because if your
Yeah,
parents have the money, then yeah, when you go, should if let's say your father is a minister in Ghana, you don't have to worry about anything. When you go, once they can actually verify that your father is a
he's
minister,
he's your father.
you don't
Yeah,
have to worry about the funds, right? The proof of funds. And when you arrive, your father being a minister means you don't have to think about how you are going to survive. More money will be flowing, right? They'll give you more
yeah.
money to survive. So so yeah, that's the thing, right? Kwame says, would GA, what could possibly make a video deny you the visa? If you don't know how you got a GA, if you don't know why you need a program, like stuff like that, all these things can make the video deny you the visa. So yeah, so it'd be nice, John. I mean, I really love the fact that you decided to do this, like having you around, your insights, your the future waiver code. The future we work and everything, the answers you provided, and all of that. Like, I really love this. And yeah, tomorrow too, I hope we have a good time. Do you want to say something? Your sister was watching. Do you want to say hi to her and anybody else?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hi to everyone. My my girlfriend,
Ajish,
my my
Ajish,
sister,
Ajish,
my my my,
Ajish.
my
Hey,
family. They
Valentine's,
all they all watching.
Valentine's
They all
Day. Hey,
watching. So
Valentine. People are enjoying it.
all the
Your
for
girlfriend, you came here 6 months ago, 6 7 months ago, and she's in the US. So was she the one who helped you out when you were struggling at some point? Was she
no
the one?
no no no. No.
She was here before
So
you came.
yeah yeah
Chairman,
she's
Chairman, yeah.
so so yeah. I mean.
Okay, explain,
It's part
Chaya.
of the thing.
Explain, Chaya.
But yeah, she's also watching
Nice,
and
nice.
yeah, Elizabeth Boateng. If truly, if
Is she
that's
the
her,
one?
then
Yeah.
yeah, then that's my sister.
Okay.
She's in the army, and
Nice.
she wants to come and pursue
Study
her.
abroad. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
but
Nice.
baby on a steady leave.
Okay.
So yeah, for them they know how to go by their things. So
Mm.
and my advice, personal advice to everyone is actually don't give up. Don't
Yeah.
give up. Don't let anything frighten you. It's just an application, but just that you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work. You have to find time because when you're being denied the first, you will know the reason why you should find time to do it. And going there, if you are going for your interview, if you are preparing for your interview, like Monday, Tuesday, yeah, you should also be confident with whatever that you've studied and be prepared. Be prepared. Take a deep breath. Just focus on what the application is about. Focus on your sponsors. Focus on the funding, how your sponsor is going to fund. Focus on your home ties. Focus on the salient points, and
Yeah.
then don't beat around the bush. Don't
Mm.
don't be saying things that will generate a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You understand? Don't say all those things that will bring up other questions or things that you cannot answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot to say, but then
Mm.
we cannot tell you everything in one video,
Yeah.
in one interview session. So you have to. There are videos. Shai has a lot. Shai has a lot of videos, probably thousands of them. I don't know why you make
Hey,
thousands
easy,
of
easy.
videos. I don't
Easy.
know why you make a lot of videos like that.
Hey,
Yeah,
so
but
is
yeah,
that a
but
question
Shai,
to me? or a
you
criticism? Which one?
you Shai has a lot of videos, so you can go when you search for his YouTube, you can find a lot of videos from Shai, and some of them are for you. Some of them will definitely not be what you
Yeah.
you want to hear. Yeah, so just be prepared. Just be prepared.
Mm.
It's good.
Yeah, John, thanks so
Yeah,
much. And those
yeah.
of you who were able to make time and those of you who watch this, after the streamings, thank you so much for your time. And yeah, we are going to see you tomorrow as well. So bye bye for now.
Hi,
Yeah.
welcome to my
Bye,
first video.
bye,
My name
guys.
is Shaibu.
Thank you,
The goal
Shai.
of this channel is first to help students get admission and funding into schools abroad. Secondly, to help students get their visas approved. And finally, to help students navigate through life in a foreign country. If any of these interests you, consider subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I intend to post 2 long videos every week.